Okay, hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. So, yeah, how are you guys all doing? Like, a game I would love to see is a game of all the CWDC shows. Like, a game of the CWDC shows, like The Flash, Green Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow, and even Stargirl and Supergirl, and I know I may be missing a few, Black Lightning, and so a few different hub worlds. Well, even adding Star City, where it would be the home of Arrow, and Central City, where it would have Star Labs, and but would it need to be a game that would need to be optimized for like space if it were either like a game on PC? Well, if it were to be a game with all the hub worlds that would be from all the CWDC characters that are in the Arrowverse, like a game that's themed around the Arrowverse, the Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl, and DC Legends of Tomorrow, and the Batwoman, and yeah, that Batwoman's show, and Superman and Lois, but add that as a bonus level where it would be a level pack, and even for Black Lightning, that could also be a level pack, and even for the Flash. So the three central hubs for the Flash and National City, which Supergirl would resign in that city, and Star City, Central City, and National City. So those would be the three, and even Metropolis. Yeah, why not have Metropolis? And one vehicle could actually be the Wave Rider, and because that could also come with the DLC for DC Legends of Tomorrow. And yeah, there could be a DC Legends of Tomorrow DLC, and even for Arrow, and even the Flash, and it would include all the main characters and other characters that you see in the Flash, and even Arrow. It would have Damien Dark, and it would have Malcolm Merlin and Ebert Thawne and Reverse Flash, Zoom, and even Cobalt Blue, and Savitar, and it would have Godspeed, the most phoniest speedster ever is Godspeed, and it would have Vibe, Killer Frost, and it would have Iris, and then the transform one for Killer Frost would be Caitlyn, and then for the Flash, he could then transform into Barry Allen. Then for Kid Flash, he could transform into Wally West. And then it would have Joe, Cecile, and even Nora. And then it would have Bart, and it which then he would transform into Impulse. Then for Nora, she would transform into XS. And yeah, for like so much times that I like watch all the Arrowverse shows, I wouldn't even need to have the show on itself. It would be easy for me to, and even also having Elongated Man, which he would transform into Ralph Dibny, and even the Thinker, which he would then transform into Clifford DeVoe. Well, his other counterpart before the villain, where there would be the Pied Piper and Goldface and Captain Cold, Heatwave, the Atom, and Citizen Steel, and Vixen, and Sarah Lance, and Laurel Lance, and Captain Lance, and Oliver Queen, Felicity Smoke, and there would also be all of the hub world of Star City, the Arrow Cave. It would be also, and another place that would be it would there would also be an interior is the coffee place Jitters, and even like if this were a DC game, either a Lego game, but really, if it were a Lego game, like, would it be cool? But I really think it would be like Lego DC supervillains, but having all the CW characters in the Arrowverse, including main characters or characters that are seen a lot in The Flash, where Zoom would have his transformation into Hunter Zolomon and Jay Garrick, and even it would have Iron Heights, and which also I am a big Arrowverse nerd, and I do like all the Arrowverse shows, and I did actually play Lego DC Supervillains, and I did unlock Plastic Man, but the story behind Plastic Man, so yeah, I know this is a bit off topic, but this is probably a series where I might actually talk about like DC heroes where either facts about them or either DC villains or heroes or Marvel heroes or villains where I dive into either facts about them or their origin story. And it would also have either King Shark and I even think having like uh, a game themed around the Arrowverse, and it would have like a level pack of DC Legends of Tomorrow out of all the essential seasons of DC Legends of Tomorrow through season 1 to season 7. I'm pretty sure there is 7 seasons of DC Legends of Tomorrow, and it would there would be the wave rider that would be fully that would have a full interior, and there would be Firestorm, Professor Stein, and even, well, Captain Cold would be able to transform into Leonard Snart, and so I'm almost on season 4 of DC Legends of Tomorrow. So, yeah, I know that's almost not really on topic here, but yeah, so for Arrow, I am also watching that show. I'm on season 2 and season 1. Well, so far in season 3, I'm almost, I'm at the crossover where the episode that does tie into Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash, where Wally leaves Central City and, well, Rip Hunter does come across Wally West in, well, somewhere. And so, probably very soon, Wally might actually join the Legends, and even it would include, like, it would be an Arrowverse game, but it would almost be very similar. Actually, no, it would be a Lego game where it would have Central City. Like, why not actually this being a game called The Flash? Lego The Flash? Or Lego Flash? Or Lego Flash Scarlet Speedster? Or I don't know, Lego Flash Scarlet Speedster, or like a Flash game that would have, well, every season of The Flash from season 1 to season 9, it would be, well, each level, it would have any level all the levels would correspond with all the seasons for like season 1, season 2. It would then introduce Zoom in season 2 and Savitar in season 3 and so on and so forth. There would be a Lego game of the Flash, and if that were a thing, it would be awesome. Or a live action game of the Flash. Just like having a game similar to the Spider-Man games that Insomniac would actually create, and having a Flash game, because imagining yourself running around like the Flash would be anyone's dream, and for Flash fans, that would probably be awesome. And then for an Arrow game, it would have, well, it would, there would be an Arrow game, and the hub world would be Star City and Lian, because that is the island that Arrow did actually spend a lot of time on, then come back to Star City. And it would even include the Arrow Cave and even a Legends of Tomorrow game, which it would be a game about time travel, and it would play all of the events of all the seasons, where you would have to try to like stop different timelines from either colliding, or time anachronisms, or, well, all that. And there would even be uh, a game about Supergirl, where it would also include National City, the DEO, and even Martian Manhunter, Dreamer, and it would have Alex Danvers, and all of the villains and heroes in a Supergirl game, where it would of course include Lex Luthor, and maybe even a Superman and Lois game, where it would, well, you get the picture. And yeah, if you like all things DC and Marvel, then consider subscribing, because I am a Marvel and DC fan, and even a Star Wars fan, and that also gives me an idea that if I were to make a Star Wars podcast, that gives me an idea to make a Star Wars podcast. Or we'll see. But yeah, bye bye.